Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new to the channel, thank you for checking the channel out. And man, are you in for a treat. The most high-tech, amazing, mind-blowing channel you'll ever watch. With state-of-the-art equipment such as an iPhone and a laptop and a HD 60X Elgato capture device. That's what I do. That's what I use. So prepare to have your mind blown. Today we're going to jump into some Sega titles. This is a different one. Not just Sega titles, though, Sega Genesis. I got the Genesis when I was 16. I have been working since I was 13. I had a very humiliating job at an amusement park at Six Flags Great America. You may have heard of said entertainment park. I was a games host. My beak was still this big, still massive, but on top of it, I had really stupid hair and like acne all over my cheeks and everything. I was really disgusting looking. But I had to get people to come over and play these games, and I had to wear the most ridiculous outfit on earth to do it. But that's all in the past. Anyways, since I've been working, I've always been saving up money trying to get like different systems when I got older. So 16, Sega Genesis, I got the Model 2. Then a little down the road, the Sega CD, the Model 2 that went with it, I got on sale for 99 bucks. Now you would never find it for that price. But yeah, I will get into Sega CD in another video. Today though, I'm going to show off like 10 Sega Genesis titles that I got when I first got the system. And there's a couple in there, man, you probably wouldn't have guessed that are going to be in there. And then there's a couple of like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So. But yeah, man, thanks for watching, and let's dive into some Sega. I don't know if I can't do it. I can't do like the commercial. So, but yeah, let's go. Here's Ren and Stimpy's invention. This is the what in the hell did he pick this game for? Welcome to this category of what in the hell did he pick this game for? So this is based on the cartoon. I remember watching a cartoon when I was younger, and I thought it was hilarious. So this was actually one of the first. I mean, here I am getting a Sega Genesis. I have all these games I can finally choose from. Because when I got it, games had been out for a while, so I definitely had choices. And I chose Ren and Stimpy. But I love it. I love the game. I thought it was amazing. Stimpy invents this device that explodes, and you go through multiple levels to collect those pieces and to restore the machine. It's a fun platformer. I can beat this every time. When I play it, every time I'm going through it, I love it. I love the cartoon, and I love this game, so it made the list. Maybe you'll agree, maybe you won't, but it made the list. Alright, zombies ate my neighbors. Yep. This is what they call run and gun. This was actually developed by LucasArts. I'm a huge fan of LucasArts games. This one just to me stuck out. I just thought it was an interesting title and gameplay. It was published by Konami, so right off the bat too, I'm a huge Konami fan. I love seeing that Konami logo come down on a television every time. It makes me incredibly happy. This actually came out for consoles in 1993, but this is one that I also got later on. And it wasn't one of my first games either. This is just one I got later down the road. But it's, you're in your neighborhood, you're trying to save the neighbors from zombies. It's really pretty self-explanatory. Really fun game though. I just recently got this on the Switch, which came bundled with the kind of the sequel, Ghoul Patrol. So Ghoul Patrol is another one you should check out if you like this one. But really fun game, man. One of my favorites. I'll play this on the Switch usually once a month at night. I love to play it. This is a quick one. I didn't want to do too much footage on this one, but it's Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. Also, one of the first games I got with Ren and Stimpy. Those were the first 2 games I got together when I got the Sega Genesis. I love puzzle games. This one is a take on the westernized... This is a westernized take, I should say. Apologies. On Puyo Puyo. And this came out also for the Game Gear and Master System. And it has characters from Sonic the Hedgehog franchise, but primarily from the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, the animated series, which is pretty cool to know. But if you love puzzle games, this is an awesome one to check out. Like I said, I didn't need to put a lot of footage in there. You get the gist of it. But this is definitely a one to have in the collection. Alright, another one, Aladdin. Dude, I played this game like non-stop, man. I love the game and the music. Everything about it. It's based obviously on the 1992 film. This was developed by Virgin Games, and this was released for the Sega Genesis in 1993. So this was another one I had to get later down the road when this had been out for a little bit already. This also is available on the Super NES, and both are quite different in gameplay. But this was one of the best-selling Genesis games too. I don't know if a lot of people know that, but it sold over 4 million copies. And of course, it was adapted to many other platforms besides the Genesis and Super NES. I'm pretty sure I had the Game Gear version as well. Here's another favorite of mine, Earthworm Jim. I do love the Sega CD version a lot. At some point I do want to make a Sega CD video, but it's just really great on the Genesis as well. I actually started collecting a lot of the Earthworm Jim toys too, because I had no idea there were action figures for this. So, but you know, it's Earthworm Jim, just a normal earthworm until a super suit falls from the sky and allows him to operate much like a human. He's got his worm body acting as a head and the suit acting as a body, and you're basically evading the game's mini antagonists because they want that suit back from old Jim there. Who doesn't love a classic story of a spacesuit making a worm into what you see here? Riveting. It's great though. I love these games. They're just so silly. Here you're going to see some supreme editing skills here where I forgot how to lower the fridge. So instead of wasting your time trying to figure it out, I'll just skip past this for a second and then just show it as if, look, oh, the next game. Ta-da! Gunstar Heroes is probably one of my favorite Genesis games of all time. I have played this so many times, and I love to play it on the Nomad as well. I don't know, it's just one of those run and gun, gives you, you know, kind of like that Metal Slug. Just awesome game. This was developed by Treasure and published by Sega, but this was Treasure's debut game for the Genesis. This was the first game they actually put on the Sega Genesis. And it's centered around a pair of characters known as the Gunstars and their efforts to stop an evil empire from recovering the 4 powerful gems. Really fun game. Like I said, I could play this for hours. I just picked the first couple levels when selecting. When I select game footage too, I don't. Sometimes I try to show further levels to show that I have played this more than just me. It looks like when on a lot of my videos, like I'm just starting these games for the first time ever. So I'm a fraud. He's a fraud. Okay, NHL 95. I do also love 94 a great deal. I have that for the Sega CD also. There's not much to explain for this one. It's hockey, right? I think a lot of you know how hockey works. There's a puck. The other team wants that puck, and you want to put that puck into their goal, and they want to put their puck into your goal. It's sad to admit I am a Chicago Blackhawks fan. They have hit some hard times recently. Hopefully one day they'll be good again, but when you're from Chicago, that takes a very, very long time for sports. So, but yeah, man, I am a huge fan of these NHL games. Also, here's a fun fact too: if you have NHL 14 for the Xbox 360, I don't know if they did it for PlayStation, for PS3. I'm assuming they did, but you can play this NHL 94 version, not this one, sorry, NHL 94 version, but on the modern graphics. So everything looks like you got the blue ice. It's just your characters obviously are bigger and graphically better, but you have all these little details with the star on your player and everything. So it's kind of cool. So if you ever buy NHL 14 for those systems, it's kind of a cool little feature. Here's Asterix, The Great Escape. This is probably another weird one you guys were not expecting in this lineup, but I've always been a fan of this. It's a French cartoon. It's a French comic book series, actually. Asterix the Gaul. And you have your two characters, Asterix and Obelix, who must rescue Getafix and Dogmatix from the Romans, who are actually in process of taking over the Gaul. So, but yeah, this is a fun. I mean, even if you don't know anything about the comic book or anything like that, these are just, to me, are just fun games. I remember recently getting into these on the Amiga as well. So, and this thing was across a lot of platforms. This is a fun one though. If you can find it and on the cheap, which you should, this would be one I would definitely pick up, especially if you love platformers. I'm a huge Castlevania fan, and again, with Konami games, as I mentioned earlier, love that Konami symbol. Man, of course I had to get this one when I first saw it. This is definitely part of the Castlevania series. A vampire named Elizabeth Bartley is orchestrating the beginning of World War I as a sacrificial war to bring back her uncle Dracula. I don't know, I wonder, like, at family events, is he just like Unky Drac or Unk Drac, Uncle Drac? I don't know. Is he a good uncle too? Like, does he get him gifts, or is he just one of those, like, I just show up once in a while? You'll be taking on the role, though, of Quincy Morris's son, John, and his friend Eric Lecard to take up the fight against evil. Right? Amazing game, though. Man, I love this game. A lot of these games on this list, too, should be on some of the Sega Mini systems. I think this one was on the Mini 2 system. Also, a lot of games I picked, I think only 3 of them weren't from, like, the Sega Genesis, the Red Box series. That's what I call it, the Red Box. Those are, like, my favorite covers. I don't know why, I just love the red boxes. We'll finish off the video with Turtles, a Hyperstone Heist. Obviously, I love the arcade version, but for something incredibly close and amazing, gotta go with this Genesis one right here. Based obviously on the comic book characters. This was Konami's debut title though for the Genesis, so trying to throw out some cool facts in these videos, not just be like trying to be funny or whatever. But April O'Neil's reporting from Liberty Island in the beginning of this game, which if you guys remember, and then flash a light, and Shredder then hijacks the airwaves because he's got a special message for everyone to hear about low-cost insurance from the General. That's not true. But he wanted to show the demonstration and the power of the Hyperstone, which is a treasure of the Dimension X. And now he has the power to take over the world, and who better to stop Shredder in his world-taking over conquests? The Ninja Turtles. I always pick Donatello, too. If you guys follow my channel, I'm a big Donnie fan, and that's the only turtle toys I collect is Donatello, because I have to have some kind of budget. Ooh, Retro Believers. What did you think of that? That's Sega-tastic. Some pretty good titles in there, I think. Again, I think you guys might have been surprised by Ren and Stimpy, but I like the cartoon, and I think it was out when I was like 13 or 14, so I think that's acceptable that I was watching it then. I hope. I don't know. So yeah, I got that game, and then Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. I don't know, man. Those were my first two games, and then just started collecting basically like Gunstar Heroes was a must. I just bought some random games that no rhyme or reason. Back then it was just like you look on the back of the box, or you read like EGM Monthly or Game Pro or any one of those magazines back then, and you kind of went off of that. So we're not blessed with great YouTube videos like mine these days. But yeah, that's my list, man. Let me know in the comments. I guess, what did you start off with, or what system you started off with, or if you started off with the Genesis like I did. That was kind of my gateway to all the other systems down the road. What games did you have? What games did you like? Did you like some of the games I have? Are some of my games dumb? I could go on with these questions, but just let me know in the comments. I love reading everyone's comments, and the longer the comments, the better, because I really have nothing else to do except make these videos and respond back to you. So I appreciate it. I appreciate every single one of you. Seriously. Watching my channel, man, it means a lot to me. There are better choices, and you choose mine, and that's great, honestly. So yeah, again, thank you, and I'll catch you in the next video. I don't know what that's going to be. I never know what it's going to be. They just pop in this head, and I go from there. But I will see you on the next video. Thanks.